On December 16, 2025, at 7:40 in the morning, a call came into Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Dispatch. A child wasn't breathing at a home on Gwynn Hill Road in East Charlotte. When first responders arrived, they found 6-year-old Dominique Moody. She was rushed to the hospital. Less than 2 hours later, she was dead. Dominique was 1 month away from her 7th birthday. She weighed 27 pounds. For context, a healthy 6-year-old girl typically weighs between 36 and 60 pounds. But the worst part of Dominique's story isn't how she died. It's how many people knew and did nothing. What investigators found inside that home on Gwynn Hill Road defies comprehension. Dominique had wounds and scarring in various stages of healing covering most of her body. She had burn scars, rib fractures, and wounds from prolonged exposure to urine and feces-soiled diapers. She had a healed ligature mark going all the way around her right ankle and linear healed scars on top of her right arm. The other children in the home, 4 of them, ranging from ages 1 to 6, told investigators things no child should ever have to say. They said Dominique was forced to live in a dog crate in the living room, was bound by tape and struck with a belt. When she broke the crate months earlier, she was forced to sleep on the bathroom floor, which police described as being feces-filled. One affidavit states that Dominique was tortured by being forced to watch the other children eat, being forced to sit in her own feces and urine in a diaper, imprisoned in a dog crate or bathroom for days. The home itself was a nightmare. Police found it in a state of disarray with a strong odor of feces and urine, rat-infested, and cluttered with both human and animal feces. The residents had a daily lack of heat, and children were residing amongst rats and cockroaches, with children being bitten by rats. On that final morning, other children in the home said Dominique was placed in front of the kitchen stove, one of the home's only heat sources, to warm her up and bring her back to life. 3 women lived in that house with Dominique and the 4 other children. Tanya McKnight, 51, was Dominique's legal guardian and confirmed to be the girl's grandmother. Actually, she was more accurately described as Dominique's aunt or relative. Terry Ann McKnight, 22, is one of Tanya's daughters. Susan Robinson, 61, was found to be a close friend of Tanya's, sometimes referred to as her sister. All 3 were initially arrested in late December 2025 on child abuse charges. On February 4, 2026, Terry Ann McKnight, Tanya McKnight, and Susan Robinson were all charged with first-degree murder. All 3 are being held without bond, with their next court appearance scheduled for March 19th. Evidence shows all 3 were involved. Police found a photo on Robinson's phone showing Dominique taped with black duct tape, swollen hands and feet, lying on a carpet in the living room. Robinson allegedly told officers the child was taped as punishment for various reasons, like stealing food. Robinson also allegedly said Dominique was forced to sit in a soiled diaper for days on end for the last year and a half, and admitted to seeing the girl neglected and abused, but did not help, call 911, or report what was going on. A police affidavit states that Robinson and Tanya McKnight exchanged messages after Dominique's death, acknowledging they were in trouble and needed to clean the house. Here's what makes this story even more devastating. This home was well known to authorities. Not just known, known. According to a juvenile court record, the Youth and Family Services Division of the Mecklenburg County Department of Social Services had received 5 reports alleging children at the home were being abused or neglected over the 6 years prior to Dominique's death. 5 reports, 5 investigations, and every single one was closed without substantiation. In each CPS report, the record says YFS investigated and did not find sufficient evidence to confirm the allegations. Each case was closed. The children were left in the home. But it wasn't just Child Protective Services. Charlotte Mecklenburg Police records detail nearly 50 calls for service placed at Dominique's home address since the beginning of 2020. Nearly 50 times in 5 years, authorities were called to this address. Teachers had expressed concerns about the younger sister's poor odor and hygiene at school. Dominique herself, at almost 7, had never been enrolled in school. Dominique's biological mother, Ikea McKnight, had been trying to get her children back. When asked if she had called police over the years with concerns for the children, she said she had. Records obtained by WBTV showed she was telling the truth. Ikea McKnight says that Tanya McKnight, her relative now charged in the child's death, blocked her from seeing the children since Dominique was a toddler. A WBTV investigation viewed photos of Dominique taken by someone in the home a little less than 5 months before her death. The photos depict a child that can only be compared to the appearances of a child living in areas ravaged by severe famine or war, not in a county filled with resources at an address well known to authorities responsible for her safety. J. Vernon Peterson, Dominique's distant great-uncle who operates Unity Funeral Services, which is preparing the child for burial, didn't mince words about the system failure. Another mortician, a Travis Powell Sr., who is embalming Dominique's body, said simply, "This little one struggled to survive." Peterson put it bluntly when speaking about social services. "You've protected yourself, but you've not protected the children that you had a commitment to take care of. This is evidence of a system failure." Dominique's biological mother, Ikea McKnight, told reporters, "She was a beautiful, smart baby. My baby was very lovable. All the memories I have of my baby, I'm not going to be able to touch or feel my baby anymore." She also said, "My baby needs justice. Shouldn't no child have to get put into the system and have to worry about who's going to properly take care of them?" Mecklenburg County Board of Commissioners Chairman George Jarrell said the county would be carefully reviewing all policies in the wake of Dominique's death. After commissioners met for nearly 2 hours in a closed session to discuss sensitive legal matters, Jarrell stated, "When you have a situation like this, I think it's fair to say we want to look at all of our policies. That would be negligent on our part if we didn't do that. We don't want to see a situation like this happen ever again in Mecklenburg County." The Mecklenburg County Department of Social Services is now under investigation. When asked for an interview, a spokesperson emailed simply that removal of a child is dependent on a number of factors that are specific to a case. A first-degree murder charge makes punishment by death a possibility, though legal experts say there has not been a death penalty prosecution in Charlotte in 10 or 15 years. Dominique Moody's story didn't begin in a funeral home, but that's where her most outspoken advocates are now. The morticians preparing her small body for burial, speaking truth to a system that failed her at every turn.
For more stories, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.